Hi and welcome to Lizard Goats. I'm Liz and today I want to talk about this book, 7 Lives and One Great Love, Memoirs of a Cat by Lena Divani. I'm going to be perfectly honest. I bought this book because it was a Memoirs of a Cat. I mean, I'm not ashamed to admit that I'm a bit of a crazy cat lady, at least when it comes to my cat. And the idea of having a cat as narrator just sort of charmed me. I'm a sucker for whimsy, and I'm really, really, really glad I did. This was a beautiful book. Now, even if you're not a cat lover, or even an animal lover, this book just talks about love in a way that I find very true, very genuine, and I really liked that. So I picked this book up at my favorite bookstore the other day when I ran out of the book I was reading. Well, I finished the book I was reading and I didn't have any more books to read. Therefore, I ran out. So I went downstairs to the bookshop and just browsed for a while and came across this book. And I mean, regardless of the premise, regardless of the cat premise, it's a very pretty book. I love pretty books. I love the design, the color scheme, the adorable little kitten, who, by the way, could easily be the narrator, except for his eyes are yellow. These Europa editions are just really lovely. They've got very nice, soft covers. Like, I don't even know what this is made out of. It doesn't feel like paper. And then they have the little flyleaf, fake hardcover. But I'm rambling and probably not making very much sense. The story is told by Zach, who is a cat. And he first tells us that, cats actually do have 9 lives. And they kind of happen in succession in a way that's sort of magical realism, which I found very charming. And then he goes on to tell us a little bit about some of his other lives, but mostly the life of his one great love, who he calls the damsel, who's actually not a cat lady and doesn't even really, really warm up to him until the very end. And I'm not going to tell you what happened, but the very end is very heart-wrenching. And I'm not ashamed to admit, teared up a little bit, which is very unusual for me, actually. I'm pretty staunch when it comes to books, which maybe is a bit of an oxymoron or ironic, considering that a TV show, I will just break down because I'm very, very invested in the characters and the plot. Movies, not so much, occasionally. But books, no, I'm just not as emotional as I think would be assumed by people, considering how much I love books, how much books make up my entire life. But this book did tear me up a little bit. It was a very beautiful ending. And I can't recommend it enough. If you're a cat lover, if you just really enjoy unusual books that have a little bit of a twist, the twist being cat as narrator, and maybe if you just enjoy truisms. This book had a lot of truisms for me. I would read it and I'd be like, wow, that's exactly what I think, and I never could have articulated it in a manner as precise and relatable, even though it's from the mouth of a cat. So anyhow, I'm going to recommend 7 Lives and One Great Love by Lena Divani. Pick it up, enjoy your read, and I'll see you next time. I hope you all in internet land have a great night.